Welcome to Education Today. I'm your host, Chuck Garrett. Today I have the honor of having the president from Blue Mountain College, Dr. Barbara McMillen, with me. Welcome, Dr. McMillen.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Well, I really do appreciate you coming. You've been the president now at Blue Mountain for how long?
I will serve begin my 8th year with the next year. August 1 will be my 7-year anniversary.
Well,
yes.
Congratulations. That's quite a tenure.
Well, thank you. It has gone by very rapidly. And
Okay.
a lot has happened in those 7 years.
Well, I know I've been aware of, just from reading the paper and kind of noticing more students doing things at Blue Mountain than maybe they used to do, and we'll get into that in a minute.
Okay.
But I can tell you're kind of on the move over there. You're not sitting still.
Oh, no, we're definitely moving forward.
Well,
We're a busy place.
I've enjoyed following your progress.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit in those 7 years, some of the things that have gone on or some of the changes or accomplishments that you might want to cite?
I will be glad to do that. One of the things that stands out in our 7-year history is our decision to implement a growth strategy.
Okay.
So about 3 years ago, we recognized that we were not growing as we should. Small private liberal arts institutions face that challenge all across our nation of finding ways to attract students, and being in a rural area, that makes it even a little more challenging. So our Board of Trustees, after a period of prayer, determined that we would move forward with a plan that we call Grow BMC.
Okay.
And Grow BMC has, by the grace of God, taken us from an enrollment of about 450 students in the fall of 2015 to an enrollment of 640 students in the fall of 2018.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're thrilled about that. That's really been the most outstanding, one of the most outstanding things that we have experienced in the last few years. That has brought students to Blue Mountain College who might not have considered Blue Mountain as an option. So the growth strategy has included our identifying programs that allow students maybe to keep doing the things they've done in high school and in junior high and even prior to that. Students who want to be in a band. And
Okay.
Blue Mountain College did not have a band program, so we started out with an expectation that we might start with 12 students in the fall of 16, but we ended up with about 24 students, so far surpassed our original goal. This fall, our goal is to have 75 students in band.
Now, is that kind of a stage band, or is that a marching band, or what
It's
orchestra?
actually both.
What is that?
It's intended to be a marching band, and so I know you're thinking you have a marching band, but you don't have a football team. No, we don't have a football team, and don't have plans to have a football team, but we do have a marching band.
Okay.
They actually march in gymnasiums, in arenas. They have a big mat that they cover the floor with, and they do formations and play
Okay.
just like any other marching band would.
Okay. And parades, maybe?
They would do parades. So if you're planning a parade somewhere in North Mississippi, then Blue Mountain College needs to be there.
Okay.
So we have a marching band. It's also a stage band. A smaller group participates as a pep band for our basketball season. That's one area of growth. We also looked at athletics and knew that lots and lots of students have spent their early years on a baseball field or basketball, softball, and we looked at ways to grow our athletic programs.
Right.
And that was encouraged and supported through the building of our sportsplex. So we were able to complete our sportsplex, and we've now played 2 seasons of baseball and softball on the campus of Blue Mountain College.
All right.
Prior to that, we were playing our home games here in New Albany, which was wonderful, but we really wanted to be at home. And so we've been able to recruit students to come and be part of those programs. We have added other sports. We've added JV teams in baseball, softball, and basketball. We've reinstated our women's golf team, so now we have men's and women's golf. We have archery, which was a wonderful development and surprise for us. We expected it to take off, but we didn't really expect to have 20 archers the very first season, but we do, and they've been competing at the national level.
Very good.
Pretty outstanding group of students. One of the biggest surprises has been bass fishing.
Bass fishing.
Bass fishing.
Okay, go ahead.
You did not expect me to say that.
I didn't know about bass fishing, no ma'am.
I laugh every time I say it because I don't know that we anticipated that bass fishing would have the attraction that it does. But we have, I think, eight or 10 students this year. We started last year with just 2 students. This year we had, I think, 8 students. And they have traveled all over the South and even across the country, and they have finished top 10 numerous times in bass fishing tournaments. And so they have really taken the name of Blue Mountain College into some settings and arenas that we weren't in before. But that's wonderful. Great group of students with a wonderful coach. Shane Cox is our bass fishing coach, and they're just a service-minded group of students. They visit schools in our community and talk about what it means to be a part of their team and what it means to be a good servant leader. So, pretty impressive group. But things like that have allowed us to grow. We've added a drama team. They're called Impact, and so they travel to churches and community groups and perform. Some of their performances include works that they have written themselves.
Okay.
They're fantastic. They are available to come to your church or community group and perform. So that's, I think, one of the highlights of my time has been watching Blue Mountain College grow and watch more students understand that right here in our backyard we have this wonderful gift at Blue Mountain College, and that you don't have to look far to find a place where you can get an excellent education in an unapologetically Christian setting.
I can see why the growth has been significant over that period of time. That's a lot of new activities for people to enjoy.
Yes. Well, students want to stay engaged in
Right.
what they've been a part of
Right.
and do the things they love to do that they've been doing, and we want them to have that opportunity. So it's been a lot of fun to watch them grow themselves as students. It's been fun to watch our teams grow and become more competitive. We're part of the Southern States Athletic Conference, which is a group of relatively small schools. There are 12 schools across the southeast. We're one of the smaller ones, but we compete against schools that are a little larger than we are, and we get better every year. This year, for instance, our women's our softball team made it to the finals of the conference championship, and so we were maybe the fifth or sixth seed, maybe a little lower than that, but we battled and made it all the way to the end, and ended up losing by, had an opportunity to win it in the bottom of the 7th, but it just didn't work out. But we've seen a lot of growth and a lot of opportunity to compete at a high level.
Is that an NAIA conference affiliated?
Correct. That is an NAIA school conference, yes.
All right, well, very good. To some degree, it seems like you recruited some of your coaches locally.
We have.
Yes. I remember when the first one I remember was when you got Coach Kurt Fowler for
Correct.
baseball.
He's our baseball coach.
And
yes.
Can you talk just a little bit about other local types that maybe I don't know about?
Absolutely. Most recently, Coach Reed Gann is our women's volleyball coach.
Okay.
And, he's
Now, was he from New Albany? He was New Albany.
He's at New Albany.
Okay.
Exactly. Our athletic director, Will Lowry, was at Tupelo Christian Prep and had done an outstanding job there. So he's come to us from a local school and is just doing amazing work. So we are glad that there are folks right here in our neighborhood who are qualified to lead in an excellent way at Blue Mountain College.
Well, and I think in cross country you have Heather Dooley,
You were
who
right.
is New Albany, Union County, East Union.
Yes.
I don't know where all she's been, but I know she's local. Is she not local? She's
She
part of your
is.
staff too, isn't she?
She is. Heather Dooley, Philip Laney also.
Okay. Is he running the boys cross country or the men's?
Actually, Heather is going to have responsibility for the men's team going into this fall. Philip's going to be assisting with the women and with both teams, and so we're thrilled about the two of them. They have really brought that program to a stellar level, and our cross-country students are outstanding students, and they are great athletes, and they have made a mark on our conference.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, I may not remember this right, but it seems like about 7 years ago this time, maybe a little earlier, but about 7 years ago, I met you for the first time.
Yes.
And got to know a little bit about your family. Can you
Yes.
tell us a little bit about your family and different, that kind of thing?
Yes. Well, I have husband Larry.
Okay.
Larry McMillen is I would say he's probably the #1 volunteer at Blue Mountain College, and that he does all kinds of work for BMC. We have we have an office on the Northeast campus.
Okay.
And he mans that office for us, and so students who are interested in coming to Blue Mountain see him, and he connects them with folks on campus to help them walk through the admissions process. He does all kinds of other work as well. He travels all over North Mississippi promoting programs for us. So he's a busy fellow. We have one son, Sam, who's a graduate of New Albany High School, 2017.
Kind of remember that. Yes,
You
go
remember
ahead.
him? Sam is a sophomore, just completed his sophomore year at Union University in Jackson, Tennessee, where he plays baseball. He'll be playing this summer for Cotton State, so we're very excited to get to watch him play baseball locally very soon. So Sam grew up essentially on the Union University campus where I was for 20 years before coming to Blue Mountain. So he is back on his home territory when he returned to Union.
Well, speaking of Union, could you give us a little bit of your professional history?
I certainly can. I grew up in Faulkner, Mississippi, so I grew up only a few miles from the Blue Mountain College campus. Went to Faulkner High School, finished there, and I went to Northeast Mississippi Community College. Went from there to Union University, and so I've made some big circles in my career. Went to Union, studied English as my major, and then went to the University of Mississippi, where I earned my master's degree in a doctorate of arts in English. And then sort of started over again. I went to Northeast and taught for a number of years, and then back to Union for 20 years. Served in different roles there. Started off as a professor in the English department, served as the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, and then as the Associate Provost before the door opened to come to Blue Mountain College. And so that happened, and I made that transition and started on August 1st, 2012.
Well, like we said earlier, and the growth that you've been able to lead has been significant. So I know the folks who brought you here are tickled to death to see that.
Well, we are blessed to have the opportunity. It is certainly all to God, all the glory to God for allowing us to have this chance to be a part of something very special at Blue Mountain College and to witness this kind of growth.
What is the mission of Blue Mountain College?
Blue Mountain College, as you may be aware, Blue Mountain College has been around for a while, since 1873.
I wasn't, but wow.
Wow, yes. We were founded as a women's institution. Our founder was a man named Mark Perrin Lowry. He was a Baptist minister and a soldier. He was actually a general. When he returned from the war, he had a vision that there needed to be a place where young women could be educated because the workforce had been depleted following the Civil War. And so he and his family, particularly his daughter Modena, founded what was then Blue Mountain Female Institute that became Blue Mountain College, started their first classes in September of 1873. Students came to Blue Mountain College really from all over the United States, primarily to be educated as teachers. And so we are known as a place where an individual can get an excellent education if their calling is to teach.
I know that when I was in New Albany, we hired an awful lot of teachers from Blue Mountain.
Yes,
that relationship was really good. Well, they were good. They were ready to go.
Well, we hear that a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
We take great care to ensure that our students are prepared to be excellent teachers. They have excellent teachers as models, and then they are equipped to be the very best they can be in the classroom. The Lowry family that founded the college in the 1920s, they transitioned the college to become an affiliate of the Mississippi Baptist Convention.
Okay.
So we have been in a relationship with Mississippi Baptist for a very long time now. We're one of 3 Mississippi Baptist institutions of higher learning: Mississippi College, William Carey University, and Blue Mountain College. In the 1950s, the college opened its doors to young men who are called into the ministry.
Okay.
So for over 60 years now, we've been educating young men. But in 2005, the Board of Trustees determined that the doors would be open to all students. So we became fully co-educational in 2005. So students are welcomed at Blue Mountain College to study a host of disciplines.
Okay.
I will say that we have been devoted to producing excellent teachers and preachers. We have a vision that we would one day expand our ministry to teaching and preaching and healing education. Our founders traveled across the state of Mississippi. The first 4 presidents of Blue Mountain College all had the same last name, Lowry.
Okay.
All part of the Lowry family. And the Lowry family had a great vision for teaching and preaching and healing. And they were largely responsible for raising money that started the Baptist hospital system. They were on the board originally. Baptist Hospital System celebrated its 100th anniversary, I think it was in 2012, and the Lowry family plays a significant role in that history. So we feel strongly that starting a program that would allow us to provide health care education is really part of our legacy.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're busy now working to identify what it would take to begin a nursing program at Blue Mountain College. So I got off track there.
No, that would be great. Well, that would be great because I know from some work I've done in the last few years, about half of qualified nursing applicants are turned down.
That's correct.
And I think to have an opportunity for more students to get involved would really be a benefit.
We believe that this is the case. The evidence points to the fact that there are students who indeed are qualified but are not able to find a place for a host of reasons. There are a number of excellent nursing programs in the state of Mississippi, but we believe that we can fill a niche. We formed a nursing advisory group of local physicians and leaders in our community. And one of the things that we've learned from that group is that there is a need for a healthcare education program, particularly a nursing program that is presented with a faith-based perspective. And of course, we're well positioned to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
So we would be very excited and look forward to the day when we will be able to open that program and provide students with a Christ-centered nursing education.
And I may be getting ahead of myself, but do you picture it being a 2-year program or a 4-year program?
We are thinking a 4-year program.
Okay.
Although we would look to partner with our area community colleges that have very fine nursing programs, and so we think there's some opportunities there for us to work with the programs that are already serving North Mississippi very well.
Now, I know I interrupted you. Is there more to where you were going?
Yes.
Or, okay, all right,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead. Sorry for the interruption.
No,
No,
I took us off down the nursing path.
no, well, that
there.
was a good path to go. I think that was good.
The mission, you had asked me about the mission of Blue Mountain College, and certainly our mission, and to state it very formally, is to assist students in achieving academic excellence with intellectual integrity, Christian character, and the practice of civility. All of those speak very directly to the type of institution that we are at Blue Mountain College. Certainly, we were founded as a Christian institution, and we want students to come to Blue Mountain College and grow in their faith.
Yes, ma'am.
And they are presented with many opportunities. They hear wonderful chapel speakers. They are encouraged in the classroom by faculty who are certainly devoted to their intellectual growth, but want to see them grow spiritually as well. They want to present our subject matter from a Christian worldview and perspective. Students can grow being led by godly coaches and advisors and faculty and staff. So they have many opportunities to grow in their faith. Students also come to Blue Mountain College who are not Christian, but they know that that is our mission, and we want to love and encourage and support and equip every single student who chooses to come to Blue Mountain.
Okay. Very good.
Part of that mission is also civility, and if I could speak to that.
Go ahead. That's a really good topic for today.
Well, it is.
In today's world,
because there's so little of it.
Yes, ma'am.
We feel pretty strongly that all you have to do is turn on your television and you could hear examples of the lack of civility.
Yes, ma'am.
People don't know how to speak to one another in ways that are positive and engaging and productive, particularly when they disagree with one another.
Mm-hmm.
And we feel that training people in the ways of civility so that you can have a discussion with someone with whom perhaps you disagree,
Mm-hmm.
but you can do that in a way that is civil and positive and fruitful without being disparaging.
Nowadays, there's almost a fear of disagreeing with somebody because it can go bad pretty quickly.
Yeah, we see it happen all the time,
Yes,
don't
ma'am. We do.
It's almost encouraged. It's almost as if that is a performance, and we want students to leave Blue Mountain College equipped to serve as leaders in a host of ways, as teachers, as ministers, pastors, missionaries, accountants, exercise science specialists, whatever their
and maybe
choice.
nurses.
And maybe nurses.
Yes,
and we
ma'am.
want them to be able to communicate in ways that are positive and encouraging.
Well, what are some of the more popular programs at Blue Mountain College?
Well, exercise science is one of those, the one I just mentioned. We see a lot of students who are choosing that path. We have, for a school the size of Blue Mountain College, we have a remarkably well-equipped lab situation to support the study of exercise science. So prospective students come and their jaws drop when they see the kind of equipment that they can work with at Blue Mountain College. A lot of students go into exercise science because they want to be trainers, they want to work with athletic teams, they want to go on to PT school or occupational therapy or something of that nature. So we're seeing a lot of interest and growth there. Elementary education remains a very popular major at Blue Mountain College. It has been a major draw for us almost from the very beginning.
Well, and if you don't mind me saying so, the teachers that you guys let us, the New Albany School District, that serve there as student teachers, are really helpful. And just this past week, I think New Albany found out that they had the 4th highest test scores in the reading gate in the state.
That's outstanding.
So as a district, they were 4th, and that's all 3rd grade. And so I have no doubt that the people you had there serving as student interns were helpful.
Well, we are thrilled to know that, and congratulations. That is quite an accomplishment. I'm not surprised though, because there's a commitment to excellence in this school system. We are great admirers and supporters.
Well, we may have already covered it, but I just want to ask, what new programs are on the horizon? I know we talked about nursing. Are there other things that we might discuss?
Definitely. Nursing is a program that takes some time. You don't start a nursing program just over a short period of time. So it will take us a while to find the funding that we need to support the program and to recruit the faculty, and particularly the leader, someone who will lead that program. We have, though, the opportunity to begin a new program this fall, and that is our Master of Business Administration. So we received approval from our accrediting agency, which is SACS-COC, to launch an MBA this fall. So we are already recruiting students. I think we're on target in terms of what our expected numbers were at this point. So
yes,
we are looking forward to that. Our business program is led by Dr. Anthony Bullard. Dr. Bullard is a fine educator. He is a man who inspires our business students to apply the principles of business that will be successful, but also the principles that would be Christ-honoring. And our students leave Blue Mountain College with an excellent understanding of what it means to be a Christian businessman or businesswoman. And we want to see that opportunity extended to folks who now want to move to the next level of education. And we think that we'll be able to provide and fulfill a special niche there.
And that program begins
in August.
Okay. So students who want a master's in business administration can get it right here?
They can. They just need to contact Blue Mountain College. We will send them the information that they need, and we'll get them enrolled.
Very good. Anything else?
Well, I would say at this point that one of the things that I sometimes hear people say about Blue Mountain College is that it's the best kept secret in North Mississippi.
There's truth to that, yeah.
And we really don't want Blue Mountain College to be the best kept secret. We want people to know about the wonderful opportunity that students have to get a Christ-centered education at Blue Mountain College, taught by as fine a group of faculty as I think you will find assembled on any campus that is focused on providing a liberal arts education. So if you're looking for a wonderful place to get a great education, come to Blue Mountain College. I tell students all the time that if you'll just come visit, and just come to the campus, you'll see there's something different, something special. We would love to introduce you to Blue Mountain College.
Well, Dr. McMillen, I genuinely appreciate you joining us today.
Well, I thank you for the opportunity.
I appreciate the information and an opportunity to just share with the community more information about Blue Mountain College.
Well, I appreciate the invitation.
Well, for Dr. Barbara McMillen and Hill Country Network, this is Chuck Garrett saying thanks for watching.